Hey guys, Stealth here, welcome back to Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. Today, continuing on with the series where I'm building battleships as if they were built by car designers. We are building battleship pickups. Yes, that's now a thing. The battleship pickup is a battleship that has all of its firepower on the bow, so you can still pick up some cargo on the back. It still has a flatbed truck level feel to it. In the previous video, we had the Americans, and the Americans got kicked out of that round. So now it is up to the British in the form of the Landrover Defended, which is going to have to deal with the new German contestant. Now this is a 94,112 ton battleship. It comes in at slightly over $1 billion. It's an expensive ship. She's powered by a diesel engine. She is very heavily protected. Comes with high-end 24-inch fishing gear, torpedoes, and is capable of very quickly eliminating enemy battleships, as we have seen. She has a Generation 2 radar, a Hydrophone 3, stereoscopic rangefinder, and somewhat less armor relative to the other battleships that we've seen, but we have also seen that that doesn't necessarily deter her from doing very well. Her contestant today is the Volkswagen Ragnarok. This is not the Volkswagen Amarok, no, they need to come up with something a bit different in name. So, we have the Volkswagen Ragnarok, coming in far cheaper at 751 million. This thing is going to save you about $250 million in case you are working on a budget. She has a bit less when it comes to room on the stern. You still get room over here to stash your cargo, so it should be fine. And on top of that, of course, her firepower is 6 18-inch guns. Now, it might look far less than the firepower that the the Land Rover Defended has, in the form of 120 triple 18 and one dual 19, but there is a catch. Because these things fire every 29 seconds, so that is 6 shells per minute. That's not quite what the Brit can put up. And they're firing light shells. But the light shells are packed with as much charge in the form of as much pen as they can. And the ship is also very heavily protected, much better than the British ship. So now let's see which one of you can win this round. And the winner is going to continue on to the next round. Here we go. Which one is going to win this one? Well, that was fast. What happened there? That must have been some bug. I'm going to hand control over to the AI. In case you want to know how I do this, it's version 1.05 beta, by the way. The sliders for beam and draft are in there. And at this point, either the patch is already out, and if not, check the link down below in the description to see how you can update to version 1.05. Also, the avoid button here. This is to avoid a collision with friendly or enemy ships. This is not meant to avoid contact with enemy warships, as somebody mentioned in the comments and thought that I had that turned on and that was why the battle was not actually working. It is not. It is there to avoid collisions, which is not really what you want with an enemy battleship anyway. It's also fairly unlikely to happen at this range, because we are fighting at a range of 21.4 kilometers. And at this range, the German ship has a pretty decent chance to pen, although it is decreasing as the British ship is turning back to starboard. The British ship against the German, I cannot tell you, because the German ship hasn't been identified. So I don't know what its armor scheme is, I don't know how well it's going to do, but I suspect that at this range we can still fairly reliably do some damage. And there it is, the first bit, 18-inch shell, damaged the enemy's forebelt, penetrated it and caused some flooding. Now, noteworthy about this German ship, it's running on a lower draft. It has far less clearance between deck and ocean, and that means that it's also a smaller target. This could be useful, as it makes for a more difficult to target ship. Can I really see that? Target ship size, 544%. Bonus to hit, that is. In reverse, that is 721 from the German to the Brit. The British ship has already taken a few hits, and these were partial pens and 2 pens. Again, 12.2 inches of armor. So that's most likely going to be an angled foredeck, I suppose. Otherwise, I cannot quite get to that number. More partial pens on the German. Not that bad yet. Partial pens on the Brit. Which of these pickups is going to win? Partial pen, partial pen. See, if the British ship continues to turn away, it's essentially hampering its own efforts. Because it can only fire with a dual barrel 19-incher, and it's putting the 18 and the 20 out of play. It's too angled. It needs to turn back to port. But it's not doing that. It's even turning more away from the enemy. Interesting. Ooh. Landrover Defender took a couple more hits there, right through the foredeck, of all things, and the main deck. Showing that these 18-inch shells, even if they're light shells, are not harmless at all. I think right now, the German has a bit of a lead. Oh, we lost each other. No, actually. The Landrover Defended can still see them, but it's a bit too far for the UI to still spot. Partial pen. Ship is doing perfectly fine. Some hits on the stern, or the starboard side is pristine, and the bow has taken some hits, but nothing critical. Turrets are still functional. Oh, that's more serious. Flooding. Bow pen. And it also set a fire. The Britain, however, taking more and more damage, reducing her structural integrity to 68%. Make that 67%. And they're flooding, if only a little. .66% structural holding. Both ships are very well defended, so fires are not very much of a concern. Oh, hold on, the Britain. Yeah, they're turning back to port. This could be the opportunity that the British ship needs to bring her 20 and her 18s to bear. She is just using a third of her potential firepower. Who's going to take home the bacon here? Overpen. 20% chance to hit. Not too bad. Identification 70%. Partial pen again. Another blocked. Partial pen. The British ship's not doing any damage. Now, I gave the German smaller, well, yeah, essentially smaller guns. 18-inchers only, but 6 of them. As opposed to the 20 and the 19 that the Landrover has. But in exchange, I gave it Generation 3 rangefinder. Radar rangefinder, so that's probably helping this ship out a lot. With its capability to lock onto the Landrover Defender and continue to do damage. More shells incoming. This seems to be high explosive now. Partial pens on the aft deck and the main deck. And the British ship is taking some fire damage. And they're still not bringing their 20 in, but the 18-incher is firing. Meaning that the German is suddenly coming under more pressure. But under this angle, I think it's not too bad. They'll be able to block most of that damage. I do wonder why we're fighting suddenly at almost 27, 28 kilometer range. Why is the British ship not interested in the fight? Why are they maintaining their distance like this? Is it because they have a range advantage, potentially? Because they don't. This guy... Well, no, actually they do. Maybe that's what the AI is playing at. The AP range on these guys is 31.3. Which is a range that we're approaching pretty quick. The Landrover Defender can hit you with AP at 40 kilometers and 41 kilometers with the 20-incher. The 18-incher goes out to 38. So yeah, if they can maintain their distance, they should be capable of just hurling shells at the at the German ship and not really taking any damage in return. as far as speed goes, they're pretty even. 25 knots on the German. Only 22 knots available on the British ship, which can normally do 27. But I do see a potential issue with the German ship. It's running out of high explosive. Doesn't have enough ammo. It's already fired 405 times. So it's unsurprising that it's running out of ammo. Once this thing fires AP, what's going to happen then? Pretty decent chance to hit. Chance to hit's 24%. The British ship, 27, 36, 34. And the Landrover still has a decent amount of ammo left. Even though it doesn't quite look that impressive. I wouldn't be surprised if we're going to have 2 survivors this round. Partial pen. They're out of HE. That means the German's going to continue with AP. And it is causing some more damage to the British ship. Partial pen here, partial pen there. It's starting to add up. They're down to 47% structural. And one of the guns, it's the the 19-incher on the bow, has taken some damage. Not yet affected its accuracy, but if they get hit there again, well, they could lose the turret. Ooh, full pen. Main deck, 18-incher. The deck armor on this ship, on the main deck, is 8.8 inches plus 120%. The Germans don't get quite that quality bonus because they have a turtleback armor, but their main deck armor is just stronger at 11 inch plus 112%. So they get more armor. Flooding on the Landrover defended. 74% on the German. Partial pen again, they're down to 74 shells. Ooh. Pretty bad on the Landrover defended here. That was another full pen. Setting some more fire and damaging her rudder. I do wonder if, when the Landrover defended is running out of ammo, it's going to turn more to allow its 20-incher to fire, and even if it will return to the encounter to bring its torpedoes to bear. If she does that, then the British ship could have an advantage, because the German is not that heavily protected against torpedoes. It has anti-torp 3. It does have maximum bulkheads, though. That's supposed to be many, as with the other ships, but I forgot about that. Ooh, conning tower damage. That's critical. That is going to cost you some accuracy. Range? 27.3. But it looks like the German is just... No, they're out of ammo. Oh dear. That means that the Landrover could just go broadside, park, and it's doing it. It's doing it. It's fighting back. But, oh, you might want to hold your fire there, sir, because you're running out of ammo. You're running out of ammo. Range? 25.7, 25.6, 25.5. They're closing. Still, the British ship cannot do any damage. Ricochet, because they're just missing the target. 65% chance to pen. Ragnarok is coming in at some angle, but it's not that bad. We're firing AP from the 19-incher, because that's all we have left. HE from the 18 and HE from the 20. Not my choice. This is still the AI deciding what type of ammunition it wants to use. At 14 kilometers, the 24-inchers come into play. But it's going to be a while before we get to that range. They're out of 19-inch ammo. The 19-inch on the Volkswagen, on the Landrover Defenders, is completely out. This could be a longer fight than I expected. Because at this rate, well, they'll run out of ammo fairly soon. But I wonder if they can get the same level of damage as the Landrover Defended has taken in that level of time. Ricochet. Wow. Blocked. Sorry, buddy. Ragnarok is very heavily defended. It's a tank of a battleship. 20 kilometers out, though. If this thing takes a torpedo or two, it could entirely tip the odds in the favor of the Landrover Defended. There. Pen. 4 belt with the 18-incher. There's the 20 and the 18, both firing AP. Ricochet. Come on. Come on. Ricochet again. Ricochet angle isn't that bad. Boom, full pen. 20-inch. Can they still get a draw? Can they still win? Range is 17. The British ship managed to inflict flooding on the Ragnarok. Interesting. Of course, it's put out very quickly. Same for the fire. Fire damage hasn't really contributed that much. Same for the British ship. Now, question. Should I compare the damage that these guys have done, / taken, or the amount of structural integrities left? That's tough. Not exactly sure. Or are you going to go by metrics of, for the price, which one has done most damage? Which is definitely the Ragnarok. Come on. Landrover. It's about torpedo time, isn't it? Yeah, they've acquired the target. You're in range. They're coming towards you. Can you get the torps? They're still functional. That's good. Turning circle on them is not great. 755. They get a hydrophone station, but it's not a lot of warning. Ooh, the Ragnarok is starting to take serious damage. 50% structural left. Problem, however, ammo. Not a whole lot of ammo left. 47%. Still no torps. Torps. Torpedoes are away. This could be the last moment Landrover comeback. 41%. Oh, this is problematic for the German. 38. They're taking flooding. This is another problem that the AI has. It doesn't know when to quit. Had it just left, just sailed away, it would have easily won. But no, they don't do that. Even if they have no ammo left, they kind of loiter around waiting to die. Which means that the British will win this fight. Like it or not. To make matters worse for the Ragnarok, its rudder's damaged. That means that dodging torpedoes is difficult. Where are the torps? Here are the torps. But also, due to the flooding and the engine out, they're too slow. They might not even get into the path of the torps. But this is when... yeah, they've overtaken them. The Landrover defended, 22% structural. The Ragnarok, down to 20. Yeah, the torpedo doesn't care. Or rather, they don't care. No more HE ammo. Almost no AP ammo for the... no, sorry, no AP ammo left for the 18. They're just firing HE. Which at this range is enough to cause a lot of damage. I'm sorry, my voice is giving out. Partial pen? Oh, you're down to HE. Oh, never mind. Okay, before my voice gives out entirely, I'm going to hand the victory to the Landrover. Which once again survived by the skin of its teeth and killed off the, well, the contestant. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any suggestions, comment section please. And I'm gonna stop talking before my voice completely explodes into a coughing fit. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys soon for more videos.